after video was released of bail bondsman Scott Hall and attorneys Jenna Ellis, Chesabro and Sidney Powell discussing a plot to subvert Georgia election. Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis asked the court to issue a protective order prevent further footage from being released before trial. Meanwhile, in New York, Judge Arthur Engoron fails to mention that Trump shared a social media post calling for a citizen arrest of Engoron and New York Attorney General Letitia James. Georgia election interference prosecutors requested a protection order after the emerged key players former pro-Trump attorneys Jenna Ellis, Chesabro and Sidney Powell, Georgia bail bondsman Scott Hall, former White House Deputy Chief of Staff Dan Scavino, Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis. Judge Scott McAfee Willis' team on Tuesday filed an emergency request for a protective order with judge in the Georgia election subversion case, in which Trump and 14 others still face felony charges. Hill reported. The decision will limit defendants' access to videotaped statements from those who pleaded guilty in the case. The release of these secret video recordings is clearly intended to intimidate the witnesses in this case and subject them to pretrial harassment and threats, prosecutors wrote in their petition. McAfee. On Monday, ABC News and The Washington Post aired clips of Ellis, Chesabro, Powell and Hall, who pleaded guilty to avoid prison time, discussing details of the case, including presenting potentially incriminating details against Trump. The boss will not leave under any circumstances, he said. And I said to him, you realize things can't work this way. Why it matters. Willis has signed plea agreements with 4 defendants in the case so far. Their testimony will play a key role in determining the guilt of Trump and the other accused. While the videos released Monday show how damaging this could be for Trump, Willis wants to prevent more from being made public before the case goes to trial. Trump shares post calling for citizen arrest of Engoron and James key players. Judge Arthur Engoron. New York Attorney General Letitia James as second day of the defense's presentation at hearing in Manhattan continued. Engoron did not mention a late-night post that Trump shared on Truth Social with his 6.4 million followers on Monday. ABC News reported. I want to see Letitia James and Judge Engoron arrested for absolute interference in elections and harassment of citizens, wrote a user on the social network who goes by the name Von Ritter. In a post titled, My Fantasy, reported. James filed a $250 million civil lawsuit against Trump, alleging that his adult son's family businesses inflated the value of their assets and deed their income to obtain favorable banking insurance terms. The hearing will partially determine the compensation to be awarded, while Engoron imposed a gag order on Trump and his lawyers, preventing them from attacking the